Hey guys, today I'm bringing you the 2021 Honda Odyssey review. We're gonna do a little bit different today. We're gonna take it on some 0 to 60s after I do the walk around. And then after that, we're gonna take it to Target, load the kids up in there, take it to Target, kind of dissect the car for what it is, where it can improve, what's great about it, and why it's been the best-selling minivan here in the United States the last 10 years. The Honda Odyssey, like I said, best-selling minivan in America the last 10 years, and guys, it continues to increase its dominance. We got a refresh for 2021. This sort of body style came out in 2018, but the headlights are new for 2021, a little bit more fancy. We got a chrome strip at the very top there. The grille has been reworked, and then we also have fog lights and blinkers down there at the very bottom corner. All full LED, by the way. LED fog lights, LED headlights. These 19-inch wheels with the gray accents on it are unique to this Elite trim, which is very expensive, by the way. This is almost a $50,000 minivan. Now that luxury price comes with a luxurious amount of chrome. You see it on the grille, you see it on the handles, you see it, although the world's longest, this might be true, it might be the world's longest piece of chrome that goes really all the way around the vehicle. And from the side, it's a porky fella, as you would expect, but that's okay on minivan. They're not supposed to be super good looking. The new Toyota Sienna wants to make it a little bit sporty. The Chrysler Pacifica kind of is the more traditional minivan like this. Kia Carnival, the all new Kia Carnival is definitely more SUV looking, while the Honda's like, no, I'm a minivan, I'm not messing around. I know who I am, I'm not pretending to be anything else. And on the back, nothing much has really changed. I do think, however, this is the best iteration of the lobster claws. I do not know how much longer the lobster claw taillights will be around, mainly because the Honda Civic, the next generation, 11th generation Honda Civic, is coming out soon, and it's ditched the lobster claw taillights, but we do have an extra piece of black trim back here that is unique to the 2021 refresh. First attempt at 0 to 60, test out this V6 280 horsepower. Got in sport mode, traction control is off. I guess I can torque brake it a little bit. And once I go to about 1800 RPM and go. That was not very fast. 7.68 seconds. Traction is now on, traction control is now on. It's still in sport mode. Yep, sport mode. We're gonna torque brake that again. Go. This one's feeling faster. 7.51. So about 0.7 of a second faster to 60 miles per hour than the Toyota Sienna hybrid. So would you guys give up fuel economy to have a little bit more brisk acceleration in a V6 10-speed automatic setup? That's definitely up for you guys to decide. As we're driving to Target, quick overview in the interior of this Elite trim. It's not that elite. The seats are elite. They're very comfortable. I like the piping, I like the leather, but the trim, glossy black here, plastic trim on the dash. That is a different design than the glossy black. It is what it is. I like the push button drive select actually. Usually I don't. I like that there's no shifter in here. Makes everything clean. I don't have anything obstructing my maneuverability. Lots and lots of space in here. Storage down here at the bottom, unlike the Toyota Sienna, which has that bridge in it. It kind of makes you claustrophobic. Heated and ventilated seats, heated steering wheel is a nice feature. Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, as well as a touchscreen that integrates with a Blu-ray player. So it's nice to have that sort of entertainment in this vehicle for the kids for sure. Wish the screen was a little bit bigger. It is pretty small though. Now, as we're accelerating, it's so smooth with this 10-speed auto. You know, they just put it in here a couple years ago. And this V6 280 horsepower is an absolute peach. It gets this vehicle around really well, accelerates great, super smooth. And that's probably the biggest difference, other than just the availability of the amount of power in here. Compared to the Sienna, like, no, I'm not gonna get 35 miles per gallon, but I have the smooth nature. I have a lot more power, which comes in handy, and it's a lot more quiet. When I put this thing into medium or heavy acceleration, it's still smooth. It's not rough, raspy, or loud. It's V6 smooth, what do you expect? Now that we're up to speed in terms of the ride quality, it's super smooth. We're gliding around almost like that Cadillac feel, almost that Lexus feel. In terms of handling, this does not handle anywhere close to, like, let's say the Sienna XSE that I test drove about a month ago. That thing felt like a sedan. This definitely feels like a top heavy, soft ride, soft suspension when you want to push it, and it's definitely not meant for that at all. Braking those when you need to come to a stop is excellent. And that's something that I didn't really know what to feel like in the Toyota Sienna, being that it was a hybrid. It was really, really sensitive at low speeds. This is very linear, very predictable, very progressive with the brake pedal, and I wouldn't change anything about the brakes. I think they're phenomenal. Let's try to test out that maneuverability a little bit. Yep, it just feels like you're tipping over in the turns, and I did not take it that hard. Pulling into Target. Need to get the kids out. A couple of them fell asleep, so we're trying to figure out what we're gonna do. Oh, and there is an approaching object. But it's time to get the kids out, do a little Target shopping, and get back in. Finished our Target run, and now we're going to talk about some of the lowlights in this vehicle. The backup camera just went off with a rear cross traffic alert. That works great, but there's no 360 camera in here, which is really surprising for such an expensive van. Another lowlight is the placement of the doors. So the door switches, I'm so used to in my van them being right up here. The problem is that if my wife needs to open the doors, the rear doors, she can't. She would have to come all the way around and open them from over here. So that doesn't make any sense, that why they're not centrally located. But the sunroof is centrally located if you need to operate that. And here's another negative, is as I'm driving, I've noticed this several times in the middle of the day here in Florida. It's a very bright, sunny place. I get a massive glare, not only on this screen here, but I get a massive glare on my instrument cluster, which is fully digital, but I can't read the screen very well, which is like potentially a safety hazard. Now, like a lot of modern cars, there's a stop-start feature, and it is pretty abrupt. I know it helps save fuel economy, but luckily there's a defeat button right here. So I'm glad that they still give us that option to defeat that turn on, turn off, auto start button. And let's talk about some highlights, because there are plenty of highlights in this van. I mentioned it has a Blu-ray system, and the Blu-ray is phenomenal. Not only that, there are several apps other than just the Blu-ray disc to interact with that screen back there. And as a parent, one of the best things about this van, in the second row, you can just lift a bar and slide the seat side to side. That makes getting kids out, moving kids around so much easier in this vehicle, and it's a complete game changer. I also love the ability to just be able to take out all the seats. You fold the third row into the floor, and you can easily take out that second row of seats. They are very heavy, so you're gonna need two hands to do it. So even though there can be a massive glare on the speedometer and the instrument cluster, they do a really good job of giving you a huge digital speedometer and a very mild tachometer. That's something I really appreciate. In the Sienna, for example, the speedometer was really, really small and went all the way up to like 160 miles per hour. This one is only digital, and it's really big. It's really easy to read. So last highlight, which also has a low light, kind of like the instrument cluster here, is the fact that this thing has a vacuum cleaner. And the vacuum cleaner is very usable. It reaches all the way up to the front row, so I can even vacuum. It's not portable, by the way, it just has a really long cord. It can vacuum the mats all the way in the front here. Now the issue is that here in 2021, that thing still has a bag. So you have a boutique vacuum that takes a very specific sort of bag. I'm not even gonna imagine where you find that bag. It's technically a shop vac brand, but you can maybe order it through your Honda dealership, I would assume. So that's kind of a head scratcher. Why don't we have a bagless vacuum in here. I mean, right? I haven't seen a bag in a vacuum since I was a kid. I'm not kidding. I don't know, 20 years ago? Hon, when was the last time you saw a bag in a vacuum?
Grandparents?
Grandparents. Enough said. So final thoughts on the 2021 Honda Odyssey. It's more of your traditional van. It's unparalleled in functionality. The ability to remove the seats, the ability to slide the seats, a usable entertainment system, which both of those things are fairly important for me as a family guy. And the massive amount of space up here with the decluttered setup is more my preference, my style. I and my wife, we both agreed on this, that we like this better than the Sienna that we just tested. And the reason is that it's easier for us to get the kids in and out of this vehicle. It's easier to make them happy with a usable Blu-ray DVD entertainment system with the headphones that works really, really well. And just the overall design up here is just way more comfortable for us. Now for you guys, you might need all-wheel drive, and this vehicle is not made available with all-wheel drive. You would have to get a Sienna or a Pacifica for that. There's only two compromises in this van due to the availability of other options on the market. That would be all-wheel drive, and that is fuel economy, better fuel economy thanks to the Pacifica plug-in hybrid and the Sienna hybrid. And I feel like once Honda is able to hybridize this in any way, shape, or form, this is going to be the ultimate no compromise van in my opinion. The interior functionality, the design, the exterior looks, I mean, that's totally subjective. I think it looks pretty ugly, but it wouldn't stop me from buying it, to be honest. And in terms of longevity, this thing in theory is going to outlast its hybrid competition. You don't have to worry about a battery pack going bad or the complexity of a hybrid system. This is about as tried and true as you can get. 10-speed automatic, V6, and Honda, if you're listening, give us the option of all-wheel drive. Give us the option of having a little bit more of a fuel-efficient option. And this vehicle, it would be even further ahead, leaps and bounds. I know it's still the best-selling minivan in the American market, but it's far from perfect. It can do better. Even though it has a few compromises, I still think it's arguably the best van on the market, guys. I'll leave it there. Thank you so much for watching. I will answer all your questions down below because there's so many ins and outs to this vehicle, being that it's triple the size of your normal car. There's so many things that I could cover in this video, but I don't want to ramble on too long, which I probably already have. So I'll see you in the comments. I'll do my best to answer your questions, and thank you so much for watching. If you want to see more minivan reviews, subscribe, hit the bell icon so you don't miss those. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out.